Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to American Pro Wrestling. Brad Taylor is away having high-stakes meetings with the NICW. Filling in this week, the APW television champion, Anthony Xavier. I'm glad to have you on color commentary, sir.
Mr. Darwin, it is always a pleasure. Brad, take care of your stuff. Your television champion is here in the Mountain State Sportatorium. Let's have a good time tonight.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back right after this. Krause, I understand that you want to be out here to publicly redress your grievances considering the referee situation.
For months, I have issued complaints about the NICW and the Rudder Commission and their crooked referees. Well, last week, I took it upon myself to have a meeting with them, and I told them, send anybody you want. Send me a representative of the Rudder Commission, of those referees. But don't send somebody that you want to come back. And tonight, JB, I don't think you're going back.
JB Brown. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have that match right now.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first, representing the Axis of Evil, from Dusseldorf, Germany, weighing in at 331 pounds, Baron Victor Krause. His opponent, from Oak Hill, West Virginia, weighing in at 221 pounds, J.B. Brown.
My goodness.
Anthony Xavier, I want to tell you it's a privilege to finally get down to sit with you, do some commentary. I'm interested to pick your brain as these matches progress throughout the evening.
Hey, I'm excited to be here. I love being in the crowd to get a bird's eye view of the action here in the Mountain State Sportatorium. Let's see what these two competitors bring in that very ring.
Yep, and J.B. Brown still making the transition from wrestler to referee, back to wrestler, depending upon the need of the situation here, taking on Baron Victor Krause, the man who was almost television champion when he used the loaded thumb against you. Fans, if you want to know what I'm talking about, head over to the YouTube channel. You can see that match there. But the referee saved you.
Yeah, and you know what? It's the officials that are elected by the NICW and the Rudder Commission that, keeps things fair around here. I got to hand it to them. It's an insane situation to be at where a lot of wrestlers feel slighted by these referees, but as J.B. Brown is in the ring transitioning from a referee to an in-ring competitor, I imagine that he wants it all called down the middle as well.
Absolutely, and that's part of the reason that Brad Taylor's not here this week. I know one of the topics on the agenda are referees here for APW in the Mountain State Sportatorium. And we're going to have more details about that on our social media, fans. Check out American Pro Wrestling on Facebook and Instagram to follow along about that. Side headlock applied by Brown. Brown, when I'm looking at it, Anthony, he's got to develop some neck breaker there.
That's just technique right there.
Hooks the leg, two.
And the kick out.
Well, what I was going to say, Anthony, is Brown, what strategy does Brown need to be applying? I mean, obviously he can't do it right now, but what's he need to do when he gets back up?
When he gets back up, what he needs to worry about or watch out for is just the stature of Baron Krause, because the thing is that he might be a little bit shorter than most opponents. JB is a tall guy,
Right.
but it's just the brunt force of this man. That's the main thing. He needs to figure out a way to stagger his opponent tonight.
Well, okay. If you're JB Brown, are you trying to attack Baron Krause's legs or not?
Going after the legs is a great strategy, but with that loaded thumb, maybe it might be a good opportunity for him to try to go for that arm, maybe his hand. I neglected that in my match, and I surely paid the price for it. Luckily, as I mentioned before, Rudder Commission and those referees, they kind of saved my bacon there.
All the way to the big German coming into the corner now as we see Brown collapsing. And
oh, those clubbing blows. I've been on the receiving end of those.
now, what does that do to your body when you're getting hit with those?
It just feels like you're getting hit by a Mack truck. That's what it is. Just like that.
It goes for the pin.
I wouldn't be surprised if
One,
that's it.
2, no.
Oh, hot stuff, JB Brown. He's got some spunk. He's got some fire.
Yeah, he does. And I like to see what we're seeing. I want to give JB credit there because Krause didn't hook the leg. That allowed the lower body strength of Brown to kick out.
Mm-hmm.
And you see Baron Victor Krause, he's been on a little bit of a solo campaign recently, and that was to get a clean break here.
What I will say about Baron Krause is that he has a very unorthodox wrestling style. The thing is that he can twist you, bend you, and break you in some of the most inventive and creative ways, and he's really displaying that ability here tonight.
So is there a way to adapt to that?
There's definitely a way to adapt to that. The one thing that I found helpful in my battles against Baron Krause is that sometimes, that elbow to the chest, that was brutal.
Hooks the leg this time. That could be all 2 and a
Kick out.
half.
He's still in the fight. As I was saying, sometimes the element of surprise, you never know what move could be the last to seal the deal against Baron,
Yeah. And scraping the back there, using the digits right across, going down those muscles and nerves. I mean, you wouldn't think it would be anything, but the way you can press on that area, it does a couple of different nerve damages. Another neck breaker.
Another neck breaker. Oh, that was cutthroat. Some would say that would be rude.
And going for it, 2.
Another kick out. This guy.
Well, and some would say it would be rude. Some may say it might be ravishing.
For sure. Definitely.
Okay, so we now see the palm going into the face and neck. Now, I noticed we got Krause pulling on the arm, but what does that palm do?
That palm, it's bigger than what you see it on television, people. That hand is meaty. It is applying a whole lot of pressure. I wouldn't be surprised if he could squeeze a watermelon with those things.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
The nerve endings in your neck are very sensitive, too. You can easily pass out with a
That's
blow
where
like
I was
that.
going with that. Because is that why we see so many wrestlers use that palm? What?
Yeah.
No one home, though.
He moved out of the way. He's still in the fight. He has to come to his senses.
The referee checking on him, make sure he is clear. No one in the corner again. Brown limping around, trying to find his bearings.
He has to get moving.
He does. Okay, slow to move down.
Got him.
No. The referee.
Oh,
That might be it. Brown finally getting that second win he needs with those knife edge chops. Into the corner we go and trying to whip Krause over, but the big German holding strong and trying to go for the bulldog, but the power. Okay,
you see that?
yeah, I see,
you see
Krause
that right
with the
there.
loaded thumb. I see Krause with the loaded thumb. Jay Fitzpatrick doesn't.
He needs to spot that quick, or it's
Wait a
over
minute,
for
wait a
JB
minute.
Brown.
Well, he claims that is medically needed, but the
There it
referee
is.
finally had enough.
Good on the referee.
Wait a minute, quick roll up. That could be all. 1, 2, 3. Brown wins.
Congratulations, hot stuff, JB Brown. You are the winner.
All right, Dawson, I'm going to get to you in just a moment, but I want to talk to James Frost. James, this situation between you and Dixon Bad is really beginning to intensify.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't been in the best of moods. I'm not in the best of moods tonight. They've been getting on my nerves. They've been bothering me. They've been making my life a living hell. Tonight, I don't care who I go against. I I don't care if it's Dixon bad. I don't care if it's bad Bunny, bad Santa, bad teacher. Send whoever. Just make sure you want them back. I told you last week, and I'll tell you this week, I'm not going to stop until the Appalachian Express gets derailed.
All right, speaking of tag teams, Dawson's, I know that you are both chomping at the bit to get into the tag team title hunt.
You know, plain and simple, I believe the Dawsons should be in the contention for the NICW or the Unified APW Tag Team Champions. I don't think it's right that we had a 2-month championship reign that got ended in a dirty way just for us not to get our chances back. Listen, I believe we are the rightful contenders for the Unified APW Tag Team titles, and we will show that over the next coming weeks. You know, tonight I have Dixon bad. And Dixon, you're gonna find yourself up Dawson Creek without a paddle. And when you're picking your teeth up off the mat, or the few you have left, you're gonna realize you just witnessed the Dawson experience.
So what will it be, the man with the bad hand or the Dawson experience? Stay tuned.
Coppola Cabin Rentals in Bluefield, West Virginia. Brand new interiors featuring television, kitchen, Keurig, mini fridge, internet, Wi-Fi, and so much more. Cabins available for up to 12 people. Come enjoy your ATV vacation staying at Coppola Cabin Rentals. 2531 Cole Heritage Road, Bluefield, West Virginia. Call 304-320-7200. Mention APW for an immediate discount.
All right, gentlemen, you heard James Frost. He wants to derail the Appalachian Express. Tonight you got Drew Dawson. By the way, congratulations on becoming the new NICW Cruiserweight Wrestling Champion. I know you have some thoughts about that. We'll get to you in a moment then, Mr. Walker.
Thank you. Last night in Evansville, Indiana, I not only beat Casper O'Neill, I hospitalized him and took him out of wrestling forever. So I am the crowned king now, and I plan to reign for a long time.
With that reign, then, will this be now a title match against Drew Dawson?
You know what? Since it'll be the first defense, yes, this will be a title match. Drew Dawson is still not going to beat me. Is it Drew or Charlie? I can't tell them two apart. They're both about one step above a midget.
Well, if catchphrases were dollars, the Dawson twins would be rich now, wouldn't they? All I hear is a bunch of gaga out of those boys, and they are going to be crowned like babies when the night is done tonight. James Frost, you're out here mumble-mouthing, talking about what you're going to do and this and that and the other, but the evidence is clear time and time again. I've left you laying in the middle of the ring. It's never any different. Every time me and James Frost get near each other, Frost ends up getting a whooping. And that's what's going to happen again tonight. I'm about to run all over this place. I'm sick and tired of all the talk. Everybody's bragging, everybody's saying this and that and the other, but me and Dixon are the only ones getting any results. We got Gigi, she's got our back. Ain't nothing going to get in our way. Everybody just needs to sit back in their chair and watch, because the door prize is about to hit the ring. Everybody's a winner tonight, except for those silly Dawsons and James Frost. He should just turn around and head south down 77 where he's safe.
All right, title match, Frost and Walker. We're going to have that coming right up.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit and is for the NICW Cruiserweight Championship. Introducing first, from the Coal City, accompanied to the ring by Drew Dawson, weighing in at 200 pounds, Charlie Dawson. His opponent, being accompanied to the ring by T.G.A. Walker and G.G. Justice. From the Badlands, South Dakota, weighing in at 212 pounds, he is the new NICW
championship action here. Charlie Dawson has an opportunity to get a singles championship for the first time in his career. Anthony Xavier, I'm sure you know how that feels.
Oh, yeah. Once upon a time, I came here to the Mountain State Sportatorium, and I was looking for gold, and slowly but surely I found it. We'll have to figure out tonight if Charlie Dawson can seal the deal.
And if my memory is correct, that was against T.J. Walker, the man at the corner there right now.
That is correct. I mean, me and TJ went to war many times for my television championship, but hey, we're talking about the NICW Cruiserweight Championship right now.
Yeah. Dixon Bad has that mixed martial arts background, the devastating right hand. But I'm kind of worried for Charlie. It's almost like a handicap match. You got two people on the outside there. Yes, you got your brother, but we know that T.J. Walker is as slippery as an eel, and Gigi Justice can be the Viper when she wants to be.
That is completely correct. Gigi Dolan is a unknown variable when it comes to the Appalachian Express, and Dixon Bad, if he's on it tonight, he will utilize his resources that he has at hand.
Yeah, the Dixon Bad having Charlie Dawson up and over into the corner there. I mean, pretty much even frame size. The experience factors could be the strongest variable in this match, though.
That very well could be the case, but I'm also looking at the experience. Oh, those chops just sound so painful. The experience of Dixon Bad. Dixon Bad has been doing this for quite some time, and Charlie Dawson with his brother, they're still very new to the game of professional wrestling. Let's just see if tenure reigns supreme.
Yeah, and Charlie Dawson having also a victory over another established veteran, Joe Brody.
That is true. Joe Brody is one of the most fiercest competitors here in APW.
Goes to the pin. We're going to have a new champion. 2 and
a nice
not enough.
Out. Charlie's going to have to dig deep, and he's going to have to use all of his wit and power to overcome Dixon Bad. He's no slouch when it comes to in-ring competition. Matter of fact, last week, I believe I faced him.
Yes, yeah. And now this is what we were talking about. Hey, Drew Dawson coming over.
As he should.
Yeah. Coming to the aid of his brother.
T.J. Walker and Dixon Bad, they're thick as thieves, and with Gigi at the helm here, it's just a lethal group.
And wait a minute, the referee getting distracted here as we see the handoff. Oh, come on. This is taking the oxygen.
So unfair.
Drew's trying not to get physical, but I don't know how he's not. He's got to be frustrated. Well, Dixon Bad hasn't really had to rely that much on veteran experience here. Very cocky cover, and that's not going to be enough.
He's going back in for it. Oh, he's choking him.
Yeah, again, depleting the oxygen reserves out of Charlie Dawson.
Charlie's going to have to get up, and he's going to have to stay in the fight. For as long as it stays in the ring,
yes,
Charlie has a fighting chance.
Yeah, because, anything could happen on the outside with those two that are out there right now.
I've been in many matches with Dixon Bad, with T.J. Walker, with the whole cabal. That brutal suplex.
Yeah, and T.J. Walker will be up in our next match against James Frost. Hooks the leg,
nice kick
but still not enough.
He's going back to choking him. I don't like these dirty tactics from these guys. It's always something.
Yeah, well, would you expect any less from the Appalachian Express or the Mid-Atlantic Aces?
Honestly.
Look at this.
The ref needs to do something like right now.
Well, he's going as fast as he can with that count and hooks the leg again. 2.
Another kick out. He's still fighting. So that means he still has a chance. Mr. Darwin, I have to say, when that knee is over his neck, like a back suplex, that probably took a lot of time away from him.
1, 2, but not enough. As we see Dixon Bad and Charlie Dawson going on one-on-one for the NICW Cruiserweight Championship. Please finish your thought, Anthony.
It's one of those things where, the slightest things, the littlest, dirtiest tactics can just take so much out of you in a competition like this. I'm sure that, and I'm hopeful that Charlie can get out of this, but he's worn out right now as we speak.
Yeah. Conditioning has to come into play at some point.
For sure, and what I believe is that, both the Dawson brothers, they have experience in real collegiate wrestling. They have the ability and the conditioning to go the mile. I've seen their work, and I love every single thing that they do. Each and every week, they prove themselves time and time again. And I'm feeling that Charlie still has a chance. We're just going to have to see.
Yeah. Just dropping the foot straight on the forearm there. And looks like I'm a little trouble from our vantage point seeing, ladies and gentlemen, but submission maneuver is applied.
He got that arm locked in.
Oh, look! He's got his foot on the ropes. The referee should break the hold.
And lo and behold, T.J. Walker there to save the day.
And pulling the rope away for distance-wise. Thank goodness for the long legs of Charlie Dawson.
Tremendous athlete Charlie Dawson is.
Mm-hmm. And Charlie Dawson now getting whipped across the ring. And Charlie, super kick. This could be the momentum shifter. Is it going to be it?
It looks like he might be pulling off for it. Oh, he's going up top.
Yeah, Charlie Dawson potentially becoming the new NICW Cruiserweight Champion. If he hits this, is he taking too much time? No! Diving elbow! Ooh, yeah! Goes for the pin. 1, 2, and... Oh, you gotta be... What a bunch of malarkey.
That's right. Go. That's right. Get him.
There's an up between Drew and TJ, yeah.
It's going to be a bare-knuckle brawl here in a second.
But Gigi Justice is still out here, and Dixon Bad tossing Charlie to the outside.
Oh!
No. She had something loaded into her hand.
She just punched him straight in the mouth.
No way.
There's no way.
1, 2, 3.
Come on. For someone who complains about the
winner, and still the NICW Cruiserweight Champion, Dixon Bad.
For individuals who complain about the way that the Rudder Commission runs the show, they sure love to take their liberties out on competitors each and every week. It's just unfair.
I know. I don't understand this. The Rudder Commission really needs to review the match. I mean, I can understand Gigi Justice being out there. She has a manager's license. But there was zero reason for T.J. Walker to be at ringside.
Gentlemen, tonight you have a chance to add some extra hardware around those waists as you compete for the NICW World Tag Team Championship.
Since I've been here at APW and tagged up with Lane and the Aces, nobody's been able to do anything. If it's Grappling Inc., the Dawsons, they can't beat us. They can't touch us. We are the unified APW PWL Tag Team Champions. Tonight, the NICW titles come home to the Aces, and they'll never leave. There's not a tag team in this territory that can touch us. We're superstars. We make money. We sell T-shirts. We pay tolls. We beat people up. We bring blood. And all that is the bitter truth. Tell them, Lane.
Tonight, I continue my pillage of every tag team championship I get an opportunity on. Whether it's the Greenhorns, whether it's the Mid-Atlantic Aces. Titles just seem to magnet towards me, and tonight history is just going to repeat itself because me and Bitter Brian Compton, nobody can put us down in Team USA. You are no exception.
Team USA, Mid-Atlantic Aces for the World Tag Team titles tonight. We'll be back right after these brief words.
Largest selection of DVDs and Blu-ray featuring horror, thriller, and pop culture iconic movies is available at Spookables. Are you old school? VHS, black and white copies, plus laser disc of all of your favorite movies from every genre, especially the horror collections. 4141 Cole Heritage Road, Bluefield, West Virginia. It's Spookable.
The
following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, being accompanied to the ring by Gigi Justice. From Oak Hill, West Virginia, weighing in at 229 pounds, T.J. Walker. His opponent, from Carswell Holler, West Virginia, weighing in at 219 pounds, he is the Snowman, James Frost.
Well, we know that the Thunderbolt punch is almost cocked and loaded, or at least half cocked as we go into this one. James Frost has had his moments with the Appalachian Express, T.J. Walker and Dixon Bad, and tonight he gets T.J. Walker in singles action, and you have been in the ring with T.J. Walker probably more times than you want to think about, Anthony Xavier.
For sure, it got to a point where I have nightmares about it, but at the same time, I always found a way to overcome him. He's been one of my toughest opponents yet, and we'll just have to see if James Frost can come out victorious.
Yeah, as we're seeing now, again, Gigi Justice at ringside with the manager's license, but, I mean, she basically took the knife and stuck it right in Charlie Dawson's gut, cost him the Cruiserweight Championship.
The one thing that I will say is that James Frost has a task at hand. The one thing is that if he hits that thunderous punch, it could be over, but I'm starting to wonder if he needs to watch out for Gigi and her punches.
Well, we know that that's the case. I mean, we've seen that time and time again here. And if, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know what we're talking about and you're watching on television, you can go over to YouTube, see previous episodes there of American Pro Wrestling TV. And if you are on YouTube, we want to thank you for watching that way. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and then we're going to do a little something special more on that to come.
And all the support helps people. Please go like, subscribe, and hey, drop a comment too.
Yeah, we'd love to know where you're
feedback.
watching from. We're finding out we have people all over the United States, people in Europe, even people in Africa. Collar and elbow tie up here, and Frost gets him over the corner. No, I didn't see a hair pull. Did you, Mr. Xavier?
No, it's his go-to tactic. He will always go and say and lie about his hair being pulled.
Yeah.
It's his go-to thing. James Frost doesn't play like that.
No, he doesn't. He's more than an honorable man here. We know that. What it does is it changes the tempo of the match and allows T.J. Walker a moment to breathe and force Frost to have to back up.
Another call.
Sorry.
I don't mean to step over you, but like that was a solid lockup and a chop. Look, T.J. Walker is one of the most hardest choppers that I've ever been in the ring with. You know, resorting to that midsection.
Flipping the neck over, and now the knee to the back multiple times. So that knee is probably what, middle of the spine or upper part?
Upper part, like that, just the bread basket.
Okay. And twist to the neck there. We're obviously looking at potential damage to the muscles in the neck, and there's a little, you were alluding earlier to all the nerves that are in the neck.
Yeah, the neck is a sensitive place, and the one thing as a competitor, when you're in that ring, you have to be cautious and protect your neck at all times. You know, like someone like T.J. Walker will exploit that.
Now that's where T.J. Walker does have that experience. He knows which parts to hit and which parts to stay on top of, and so does Gigi Justice.
There she is again.
TJ, I'm sorry, go ahead, Mr. Xavier.
I gotta be mindful of when I speak, but I just, you know, it gets me fired up when I see T.J. Walker in the ring because I've been in this situation before. He will go for the hands. He will choke you up against the ropes. He will club you on your back. He will do everything that he can in his power to come out victorious.
Going for the leg, double hook of the legs, 2, and Frost is able to kick out. Well, I know that with Brad Taylor not being here this week, one of the reasons is that lady at the ring and reviewing her manager's license because of some of her actions, but we've seen time and time again.
As someone who's faced off against the Appalachian Express multiple times, you know, being on the outside of the ring anywhere near GG is a dangerous zone to be in.
Yes.
He's cutting off his circulation, but he seems to be fighting back. He's a resilient guy. I love James Frost. Me and him tag team multiple times, and I know that he's able to get himself out of this pickle.
Yeah, James Frost able to break free. Walker with a clothesline, and wow.
Seems like they mollywopped each other.
Yeah, but Frost took the worst of that exchange. Allows Walker to gain control and put Frost into the corner here. Walker biding his time, and that bit him in the butt big time as we see James Frost and TJ Walker here one-on-one in the Mountain State Sportatorium.
Mr. Darwin, I have to say, when your knee hits a turnbuckle, when you try to go in for a move like that, if you miss, it can cost you the entire match. And it seems like James Frost is trying to capitalize on it by providing some boot therapy.
Yes. For those that are wondering why, if you expose that turnbuckle and a little bit of padding underneath, there's a solid metal ring in the center there, and it looks like that just targeted and hit Walker straight in the knee.
Despite the padding, the ring itself is so unforgiving. You can still feel it if you hit it hard enough.
And then you hear that, and you won't hear that insight anywhere else, which is why Anthony Xavier is joining us this week on commentary. Jay Fitzpatrick up to a 4 count here. Walker's going to utilize every moment he has on the outside. I wouldn't be surprised if he stays out till 8.
He will bide his time. He will recuperate. And just like a cockroach, somehow he'll try to survive. Hopefully James Frost gets his head in the game and figures out a way to secure a win. There he goes. He's going back for that leg.
Yeah. Showing veteran-like style is Mr. Frost as he extends the knee in the way that it should not be done.
That move that he just did, that vital maneuver, it just puts so much pressure when applied. When he lands down with his foot, I got to tell you, being on the receiving end of that, it feels like your knee is being torn apart. It feels like a burst of air is just separating every single ligament in your knee. It's the worst thing.
Yeah, and Frost looking for a 3rd time, and I tell you what, even if Walker is able to get back up, I'm not sure he's going to be able to put weight on that left leg.
He's not going to leave here in the Mountain State Sportatorium the same, that's for sure.
No, not 100% at all. And Frost again could be flipping him over for the half crab submission maneuver. And he's got him straight in the center. Great positioning. Walker nowhere near the ropes.
The amount of pressure is just a very textbook professional wrestling move. James Frost is going back to the basics. And as long as he keeps his butt down, he hits
now
the ropes.
Frost has got to break it, but the damage has been done. I mean, Frost may not even need to use the Thunderbolt punch tonight. He might be able to get TJ Walker to submit.
I know that he will be incredibly satisfied if he's able to make TJ Walker tap out.
Oh, yeah. That would be a banner day for this man to take one of the Appalachian Express members and make them submit publicly in this ring.
I made TJ Walker tap out once, and it was the best day I probably had in a long time.
Oh, no. Straight to the chest, hooks the leg. 1, 2, handful of tights.
We go back to talking about the ring.
Here is your winner, TJ Walker.
You were saying, Mr. Xavier.
I'm still getting used to this whole commentary thing. I don't want to cut anybody off. My apologies, but we go back to the ring underneath that turnbuckle. It proved to be a game changer tonight.
All right, Team USA, we heard from the Mid-Atlantic Aces earlier. Let's get your response, sir.
You know, a few weeks ago, we were out here defending these World Tag Team titles. And you see, earlier in that night, the Aces had issued a challenge. We told you then all you had to do was go to the matchmaker here in APW and make it happen. But that wasn't good enough. You see, you still stuck your nose in our match. And as a result, we got cheated But most importantly, all the fans here in the Mountain State Sportatorium and APW got cheated. But let me tell you, tonight, you finally got your shots. There's nowhere to run. There's no excuses. So tonight, we got one plan. And what is that plan, Tony?
To go all the way and still be your NICW World Tag Team Champions.
Tag team title match coming up. Xavier, I want to commend you for the way you've stepped up this evening. You had big shoes to fill. You've done a great job. I know Brad Taylor's still very busy with the Rudder Commission. Thank you for being here. And I know that you have big plans in 2026 for this television championship. 120 some days now.
Hey, it's been a journey, and I'm thankful for all of you who come in every single Thursday evening to see me either get beat up or prevail. You know, the support of the APW fans is such a great thing to have, and, you know, I just got to say thank you. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. 2026 is going to be a great...
Okay. Sir, you already had time to talk earlier this evening.
Listen, I respect you as a friend and a partner, but I believe I am a rightful contender for your APW TV title, and I have not yet had the chance to fight for it.
All right, okay. All right. That's it. Hey, she said it. You do have big shoes to fill. You got to understand, 100 and how many days? 20-some days? I'm losing count because every single week I come out, I fight, and defend for this championship. Do you really think that you can go toe-to-toe with your television champion?
I believe I will show you what the Dawson experience really is.
Mr. Dawson, or sorry, Mr. Darwin, it's live television, people. What is our Rumble television?
This match will be available only on Rumble.com. You will not see it on television anywhere. For the television championship, Dawson, Xavier, you're going to want to follow that at Rumble.com.
Cowboy Jim's is now Grundy Flea Market. New ownership, same friendly vendors. Huge selection of merchandise with knives of all types. Tools galore, mechanics tools, garden tools, general merchandise. Anything you want. Men's clothing, women's clothing, books, albums, CDs, household furniture of all kinds, quality, styles, and types. Home decor, handcrafted leather goods, quality, unique items of interest, even pool tables and mini golf. Open Thursdays, noon to 5, Friday and Saturday, 9 to 6 p.m., and Sundays, noon to 5. Come on out to Grundy Flea Market and find out where the deals are in your area. We want to see you.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall with television time remaining, and is for the NICW World Tag Team Championship. Introducing first, the challengers. At a total combined weight of 448 pounds, Lane Machine Gun Kelly and Bitter Brian Compton. They are the Unified Tag Team Champions, the Mid-Atlantic Aces. Their opponents, from Martinsville, Virginia, at a total combined weight of 437 pounds, Dragon Scott Lee and USA Tony
Well, tonight, will it be the stars aligning for the Mid-Atlantic Aces and becoming the World Tag Team Champions of the NICW as well as the Unified Tag Championship? Or will Team USA get their retribution for the Mid-Atlantic Aces interfering against that World Championship title match we had a few weeks ago against Grappling Inc.?
You know, when it comes to Team USA, they have proven to be some of the pillars of tag team wrestling here, not just in APW, just within the Smoky Mountains, the Mid-Atlantic. Anywhere these guys go, they shine like diamonds, and it's going to be an absolute obstacle for the Mid-Atlantic Aces. I know that they've been vying for this very championship for quite some time now.
Yeah, I know that Joe Brody, matchmaker here in APW, he did negotiate with the NICW. There were a couple concessions that had to be made, but the Mid-Atlantic Aces get this title shot. But from my understanding, this might be a few and far between thing if they are not victorious.
And I got to say, Brian Compton, Lane Cali, these are like main staples of the Mid-Atlantic Aces now.
Yeah.
Each and every week they show their prowess. They show their grit. They are dangerous opponents. I've been in the ring with both of them, and they took me to my limit. And, hey, this week we're going to have to see what unfolds as they face off against Team USA.
Both teams sizing each other up now. Tony Ray starting it off for the Team USA. Lane Cali turning it off for the Mid-Atlantic Aces here. Anthony Xavier, it is pretty much textbook 101 for tag team. Cut that ring off and keep your partner in and keep your opponent anywhere away from their partner.
Yeah, when you look at the ring on television, guys, it's way bigger than what you see it. The thing is that in tag team wrestling, you know, you have to stay in your corners to get the advantage in a match like this, and nobody does it better than Team USA.
Yep. Dragon Scott Lee coming now using his martial arts background, legitimate black belt and multiple black belt. I believe third-degree black belt in a couple different martial arts. And just pulling on the arm socket there.
Now, you know, it's very textbook when it comes to Team USA. You know, the mixed martial arts background, the collegiate wrestling background, these are pure athletes.
Yeah. And following it up with the elbow, goes to the pin. That could be all two. No, just a one count. And, okay, I want to get your insight, Anthony. Pulling on the arm, what does that do? I mean, yes, you got the wrist and you control the ring, but what was Dragon Scott Lee doing to the arm just a moment ago?
When he was pulling and wrenching on his wrist, there's a whole lot of pain associated with that, and it's just not in that area. It goes all the way up the arm, and and it kicks out. You can feel it in your elbow, too. It's just, you feel it all over your arm. It's so painful. It's one of the painfulest things that you can ever experience in that ring.
So simple, but so painful now. Side headlock applied by Tony Ray here.
The way that he's wrenching it in, I see it is right below the ear where the jaw connects. You know, you can break somebody's jaw like that.
Yeah, but Cali finds a way to reverse it, using the leverage to his advantage. Side headlock applied by the challengers now. And Tony Ray trying to bust free. Does, but... Well, I thought Cali might have went for the tag.
The body guy's at it again.
Cali just jaw-jacking when he doesn't need to be.
Ooh.
And pays for it.
You know, and it's always the unexpected thing.
Those forearms straight to the face. And get the clean break here. And a little bit of a shot here. Cali reverses the Irish whip and
a back elbow of his own. And the taunting. It's always just...
If he thinks he's going to get in the head of Dragon Scott Lee, he's got another thing coming. That stuff is not going to work. Scott Lee's going to stay to the outside. Wait a minute. Tony Ray has him up. The elbows, though, allow him to break free. Rear waist lock.
Oh, and an arm drag.
It was unorthodox, but it worked. And textbook drop kick as Team USA.
Right in the chest, right where he needed it to be.
Picks him up for the scoop slam. Goes for the pin here. 1, 2.
One of the worst things that you can ever do is be on the opposing end of any kind of maneuver given. by Tony of Team USA.
Yeah, Tony Ray here, one half of Team USA. We have the NICW World Tag Team Championships on the line, as you're seeing the Mid-Atlantic Aces take on Team USA here in the Mountain State Sportatorium.
Mr. Jarwin, I want to talk about that suplex that Lane Callie just gave to Tony. He landed right on the upper part of his back. That is such a dangerous way to land, and it might just end up costing Team USA this competition. It's kind of scary, and it's not something that you ever want to experience for sure.
Oh, no, that's why I'm here at the table and not in the squared circle.
I don't recommend ever be on the end. You're safe here.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. All right, Callie finally breaking away, and Callie, I mean, some people call him Mr. Four Count because of the way he uses that to his advantage.
He knows the rules, and he abides within them.
And an axe handle.
Oh,
but
right.
Callie's over, and I thought Tony Ray would have tagged. No, he looks like he didn't need to. Holy moly. Full of adrenaline.
Oh.
Here's USA Tony Ray.
Vicious German suplex. He's going in for the cover.
1, 2, no.
I'm not going to lie. I was kind of surprised that wasn't it. That could have ended it right there.
Yeah. Deep arm drag. As Ray has Compton grounded.
It seems like the fans here in the Mountain State Sportatorium are pro Team USA.
And now we see Scott Lee coming in. This is the double team work that they need.
You know, when these guys get on their stuff, they just don't stop, and the hits keep coming.
Yeah, those kicks straight to the rib cage, that could crack a rib. Following it up with the hip toss there. And
as someone who studied and practiced martial arts, Scott Lee's form is just perfection. It's crisp, it's smooth, and it gets the job done. Oh!
That chop was impeccable. Hooks leg 2 and
got me reminiscing about Ricky the Dragon Steamboat with that chop.
Snap suplex here. Scott Lee only pressed on the shoulders. I think there's still more to be done here by Team USA if they want to successfully retain here in the Mountain State Sportatorium. Hooks the leg again, 2.
The one thing I got to say is Team USA will stay on you like white on rice on a paper plate in a snowstorm.
That is a very vivid image.
It's super white, but it gets the message across. Here they go. Double elbow.
Double elbows.
Plural.
Hooks the leg, double hooks. But Compton's still able to kick out.
Right.
Lance Callie getting hot on the call, but the jawbreaker.
See, all he had to do was take advantage of the referee's attention, and now the tide has turned once again.
Mid-Atlantic Aces back into the driver's seat here, and Callie going to what he did earlier on Tony Ray, depleting the oxygen reserves out of this man.
It seems like all night everybody has been taking advantage of the ropes, cutting off your circulation, going for the neck. It's a simple but effective thing to tire out your opponent.
Yep. And I thought it was a little telegraph, but it wasn't. Able to get the back body drop on one half of the tag team champions.
And Lane Callie's such a student of the game. Nobody, you don't see a back body drop nowadays. I mean, that's such a basic but simple and effective maneuver.
And Callie knows that, and he's following it up here. He really knows how to thread some moves together. Hooks, pin, and 2 count.
He's going in for the choke again.
Yeah, Callie choking the oxygen out of this young man.
The one thing about Callie, when he came off that middle rope, it looked like he kind of jaw-jacked Tony Ray. That definitely can play a factor in the rest of this match. Is anything in the face and neck area is just, it's so excruciating. The pain is terrible, and it can nag you, and it could cost you a match at a drop of a dime.
That is very true, and I think about Tony Ray, how he got his energy back, but just this quickly, the Mid-Atlantic Aces has taken the life out of one half of Team USA. Backbreaker and following it up.
That was
a very demolishing maneuver. Hooks the leg.
this team of Lane Cali and bitter Brian Compton, they're coming into their own. I mean, they've won tag team gold. They're defending it very well. They're trying to prove that they're the best in the game right now. We're kind of seeing the unfoldings of what could be a legendary team here. We're just going to have to wait and see. Let's see if Team USA can come back. Ducks the clothesline. Ducks another one, and
what a spine buster out of bitter Brian Compton. Hooks the leg. We're going to have new champs. No. Ring positioning saved Tony Ray.
Tony Ray knows exactly where he is at all times. Using the ropes to your advantage to break up that pin. Smart, smart, smart.
Yes, we see that. And into the corner hard. Down goes Tony Ray. And the Mid-Atlantic Aces using every opportunity they can to keep from having Scott Lee tagged into this one. Straight in the center of the ring here.
And he's pulling at his nose. That's the worst part about it all. As I said, the face is a very sensitive place. And their nose, it's very sensitive, especially when you manipulate it, you pull on it.
Well, it leads to a watering of the eyes, does it not?
Yeah, it definitely does. It's all connected. The sinus area, all that other stuff. It's all connected.
Tony Ray trying to inch his way over. But Cali putting it in hard, and
it's just a short distance. He's laying it in there. He's holding it. Luckily, Tony knows exactly where he's at. Uh-oh. Oh, and a Death Valley driver. That could be it.
Tony Ray, though, I think he wants to do a couple more things. He wants to put the exclamation point on this one.
He might be able to finish it off.
Very risky here. Not going for the pin when he had the chance. And double stop, but a roll through. Holy Moses! The boot out of Cali almost
Lane
turned
needs to cover him if he wants to win the belts. I have every nerve to go over there and get him, but I'm a man of rules, and this is a fair competition.
Yes. The tag brings back in the other half of the Mid-Atlantic Aces, and I got to agree with you, Anthony Xavier. Mid-Atlantic Aces missing an opportunity to pin here in what could have been a successful victory. We only got just a little bit of time left in this one.
Lane Cali could have sealed the deal, but he was showboating and hot dog and going in for a count, and he kicks out. Luckily, Brian Compton centered them. They still have a winning, they have a chance to win, but Team USA, they're still chomping at the bit. They're still in the fight.
Yeah, and ladies and gentlemen, this one is TV time remaining. If for some reason it doesn't end before the broadcast, we will bring.
Oh my gosh!
Goes to the pin. That could be all 2.5. As I was saying, if for some reason we run out of television time, we will keep the cameras rolling and bring you the conclusion of this match during our next broadcast.
Tony is going back up top again. This could be a dangerous position to be in. Let's see what it.
Cross body. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. You better get over there, Cali.
Lane Cali in for the save, saving his man.
That was the only way the Mid-Atlantic Aces were stopping that pinfall. Lane Cali almost saw the the World Tag Team Championship slipping through his fingers, so he rushed over there quick as a hiccup.
Both of these men are going to have to get to their respective corners, and they're going to have to tag in. We're about to see something probably truly amazing.
The matchmaker of APW and leader of the Mid-Atlantic Aces, Joe Brody, out here.
What is he doing here?
He's got no reason to. Cali calling for the tag, and
oh no,
that rake of the eyes, and
snapshot.
Scott Lee, not like this. 1, 2, 3. That's it.
Wow.
Here are your winners and the new NICW World Tag Team Champions, the Mid-Atlantic Aces.
Well, Joe Brody protecting his investment at all costs and distracting Dragon Scott Lee. I got to go get words with the new champions. I was going to interview the victors. I was thinking this was going to go the other way, but it is what it is, Anthony Xavier.
Unfortunately so.
Jonathan Darwin, looking sharp as ever, and you were here to bear witness to history. The Mid-Atlantic Aces. I told you, if I tell you the sun's not going to come up tomorrow, you better go out and buy you some flashlight batteries tonight. I said all along that we were going to do it, and right here they are, the preeminent tag team in the Mid-Atlantic region and now in the world. We've got all the gold. Tell them, Bitter Brian. Hey, I tell you what, these people complain about what they think they know. They don't know diddly squat about professional wrestling. Me and Lane, we travel. We pay tolls. We sleep in rest stops for tag team wrestling in this territory. We are now the NICW World Tag Team Champions. And it's just the bitter truth. And there's nothing you or these toothless morons in Bradley can do about it. Tell him, Callie. The best thing to come out of Southern West Virginia, Lane Callie. And now I have the perfect partner in Bitter Brian Compton. Listen, gold just happens to stick to me. I can't help that. That is, like he said, the bitter truth. But the Mid-Atlantic Aces, ever since we formed, we've taken over this place. The matchmaker, Joe Brody, he needed a machine gun like me. And then we hired Bitter Brian Compton. And listen, you cannot argue with results. Jonathan Durham, big celebration tonight for the Aces right here in Beckley, West Virginia. And guess what, big man? You're invited to the celebration.
You want to follow your show next?
You get to go, brother. I tell you what, we're going to celebrate all long into the night. And next Saturday night in Stewart, Virginia, I put my boots on and I get back in the ring with Dragon Scott.